What's up, guys? This is Poké Collab, where we collect, train, and battle together. My name is Ivan. I'm from Chard. This is Poké Collab, is what I want to say again. But I am Ivan. I am from Chard, and this is
I'm Oren from Lock and Pixel.
that's right. And so with us, we combined our powers and to give you this content that we have prepared for you today. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're seeing this episode. But as just a brief recap, we're gonna have a Baltimore Regionals that has just finished this past weekend. We'll get to see who won, and also the decks that were used for that. We also want to go over that there's going to be Japanese now on TCG, so we're going to be taking care of that.
TCG
We're
player.
going to be discussing our first Latin American competition in Brazil. And then also we'll discuss a new character on Pokemon Unite. So that's our episode today. You have anything to add, Orin?
No, let's do
All
it.
right. All right. Well, let's get right into it.
The
Hope you guys are
highlight,
well.
the highlight of the week.
The highlight of the week is right. So, as we know, Baltimore was the first of the 2025 season for the Pokemon Regionals. And as we can see, we're gonna look at the top three. I think it would be best to look at the top three players that won it. And the first one, his name was Liam. And also this I have his deck up because we're gonna be talking about it a little bit. But let me just minimize these for real quick. So we got Liam here. He's from the United States. Reed, which I believe he was from Canada. And Brian, he was from as well from it's right here.
And I
Oh,
just
I had it
pulled it
messed up.
up. Ivan, these
Yeah.
are the top three for the juniors.
Oh,
Uh,
this is the juniors.
yeah, these are the top three for juniors.
All right, well, let's go to Masters then, huh?
Sure. Yeah, Henry Chao is
Henry
the
Chao.
Masters. Yeah, this is Masters now.
Perfect. Sorry about that, everyone. So Henry Chao, Siren Farah, and Emmett Hurley. So that changes everything because I was just talking about it before the show with Oren that um the winners for the juniors they used the Raging Bolt and Ogerpon decks, but now if we go to the Masters, we have Gardevoir. So let's check out the deck here. I know they have what's awesome about this limitless site is they give you um the deck list. So let's check out the list.
Ivan, I need to hook you up with an ad blocker. These ads are terrible.
I'm sorry about that. It's like everything here. I don't want to click on anything
You
either.
know, let me just mention real quick. That leads to something regarding Poké Collab. You will never ever see ads like this stuff, this obnoxious, annoying, ludicrous advertisements. That will never be a thing on PokéCollab.com.
And I can tell like the difference is immaculate. Like you can totally like I just want to see my content that I want to
Yep.
like I'm looking for it. But yeah, you got all this other stuff that's flashing and like yeah, I like football, but I'm not looking for football. Like I'm looking for Pokemon.
Right. It's
All right, sorry
obnoxious.
about that, phone. Yeah. Well, thanks, Warren. Maybe we'll have to hook me up with
Oh
something.
yeah. No, I'm gonna I'm hooking you up with an ad blocker after this.
Sounds good. Thanks, Warren. So we were looking at the deck list, and actually, Warren, we were talking about the pricing of these decks. So you know, it's cheaper than any sport. I know, Oren, you were saying that for hockey. How much do you think you would run you to play hockey?
Yeah, I used to play pickup hockey. So just local amateur or random ice rinks that are nearby. And to put a full kit of gear for a player, it's like a few $100s.
Yeah,
And that's just to play amateur. And
yeah,
we're looking at professional Pokemon TCG regionals.
yeah,
And to compete and to win in regionals, the Gardevoir deck is $60.
yeah.
You can't compete in any sport for that low of a budget.
No, I
I love
agree. Yeah, it's great. And we were actually looking at we were having a conversation with the junior deck, and the junior decks, they were almost 150, I think it was. So double. And these guys are masters and they're winning with $60 decks. So it's pretty cool. And just going over that, we talked about how Greninja, the Radiant Greninja is always in every deck. And we see that in this one. Um we also talked about how the what was it the new three, the Frenzindipity and the I think Oren you used Okidori, Monkey Dory.
I use Monkey Dory. Yeah, I have three in my deck. I should change that to four actually, because there's a lot of times when I could use an additional one, either because they end up in my discard or they're in my prizes.
Your prize, yeah.
But yeah, Monkey Dory is a lot of fun to use, but that's assuming you have Dark Energy in your deck.
Correct. Let's see how many he had. He has one. So he specifically only used Monkey Dory and the Dark Energy. Oh no, it takes yeah, Dark Energy. So that's a pretty risky play for having Monkey Dory and one Darkness Energy. That's pretty
Yeah, that's surprising that he is utilizing that in this deck. I'd like to test this out. The,
yeah,
that would be difficult to actually get this on your bench in a useful way with just one and one.
yeah. What's awesome is that what Oren is talking about, if you look in the right hand corner, you can copy the clipboard and upload this list and test it out on TCG Live, which is really nice.
That feature is the best.
Yeah.
Because initially I thought to make decks you have to do everything manually. But actually, in TCG Live, when you go to build a new deck, they give you this option to paste from your clipboard. So you can just copy these decks, go to TCG Live, use that paste from clipboard option, and it'll automatically just generate the deck with all of those cards for you. So you don't have to do any manual work.
Yep. And don't you have to pay for anything.
No, yeah,
Got
TCG
everything
Live.
right there.
I I don't understand the hate that TCG Live gets. It's like the best thing going for
Oh
this
yeah,
this game.
absolutely. So yeah, I haven't really okay. So he went the full on from routes to Gardevoir.
Hmm. And only two Gardevoir.
Wow, and he has two rare candies.
He also has two Ultra Balls to help get that Gardevoir into his hand,
Yeah, two Ultra Balls.
and then the
Um,
Arvins to help to get the Ultra Balls.
yeah, and then the technical machine evolution to evolve.
Yeah. Can you hover over
And
that technical machine evolution? The Pokemon this
yeah,
card is attached to can use the attack on this card. Okay. Choose up to two of your bench Pokemon for each of those Pokemon. Search your deck for a card that evolves from that Pokemon. Okay. So yeah, he
so the thing
has
with yeah,
quite a few trainers to help get his Gardevoirs.
correct, and that's the reason why I think he has it is that he has stage one and stage two because you can't use even if you have rare candy, like you need to have your stage two if you're going to use evolution, technical evolution to go right to just evolve those guys quick.
Yep.
For Ionos, this one for me, I hate this card. I really, and he has four.
Do you not
For
use
me,
Iono in your deck?
I have none. I don't.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the reason why is because I don't really like. Most of the time, I like what I have in my hand.
Okay.
So I think that's probably why. Um,
What
I
kind of
don't
deck
like
are
to
you
use it.
currently using?
Right now, I'm currently using the Shin Pao
Yeah.
and and Palkia deck.
Okay.
So a lot of times I
Oh,
need my
Palkia.
yeah with Palkia.
Okay.
Yep.
Because
And Excalibur.
Ariel, my wife, she uses a Qian Pao deck right now, but she does not have Palkia.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd have to compare.
He's he's good in it in the way that because you're going to build your bench. And so as you build your bench, Palkia V Star actually does more damage if you have more Pokemon on your deck, on your bench.
Okay.
So with me, like I have the Radiant Greninja, I have Baxcalibur, I have Chimpao, and then I have Palkia, another Palkia, and I think I have one more. So that's like five. I have five guys already on my bench that I have constantly. So that's if I do get him in, then that's when he does the most damage. But Chimpao is basically my main dude that does a lot of damage.
Okay.
And what's also great with the V Star Palkia is that his V Star can put three energies from your discard pile to any Pokemon you want on your bench. So from the energy that you discard from Chimpao can be used then to re-energize
Yeah.
Chimpao on the bench. Yeah. Which helps. Which helps. Okay, let's go on to second place. Hold on here. I think I want to go back to
While you're pulling that up, I just wanted to mention, well, first of all, congratulations to Henry
yeah.
for winning the Baltimore Regionals this past week. And I believe the prize money for first and Masters was $10,000. So awesome prize money for Henry there. And also, I was interested to see this on the Pokemon website. They list how many people played in each of the divisions. So in juniors, there were 190 players for the TCG. For seniors, there were 269 for the TCG. And then for masters, for the TCG, there was 2,306 players.
Wow.
Quite a few. I mean, a large amount of players in the pool. Not a huge amount. I mean, that's a lot of players, but like
That's a lot.
it's not. Um, I think you could go in and have a good deck and know how to use your deck and be able to compete fairly well with a group of that size.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about doing a regionals, uh, I know that Ivan and I are talking about it eventually. We have Louisville coming up, but for
Mhm.
some reason I'm hesitant to do it this year. Maybe, I think part of it is I'm going to be using up all my PTO for an anniversary trip coming up. So I don't want to take that week.
Yeah.
I'll be able to better plan for it next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're at all thinking about competing in regionals, if you're anywhere near one of the cities that has them and you can get there for not that much money, you should totally sign up. I'm sure it'll be an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, for sure. And I think too, like even just getting involved around town, like around here, around your neighborhood. There's a lot of card shops that do tournaments that actually qualify you to actually be involved in the regionals. So that's one thing that me and Orrin are also trying to get involved with. Orrin and I, that we can get involved with our local shop
Hmm.
and see how we do there. That's actually good practice. Let's go to the second one, Siran Farah. And it looks like he was using, okay, I'm going to pronounce this Archeops.
I think it's Archeops.
Archeops. So Archeops, Lugia V and Lugia V Star. Uh Minchino, Cinchino, of course, Luminian, Squawkabilly, Verdier. Oh wow, interesting. Iron Hands, and okay, he used the Blue Moon Ursulana. And
This
I've
is
always
this
wanted to see Ursulana,
uh uh
Ursaluna, Ursaluna,
Ursaluna. Yeah, this is
Ursaluna.
this is a strange deck.
It's actually, I feel like it's a powerhouse though. That's what I feel. 17 energy. He uses four gift energy, four jet energy, four double turbo energy, three mist energy, one V guard energy. I've never heard of that. and one legacy energy.
This is a
Very.
huge deck. Th-
That's very interesting. I don't even, I mean, I'm kind of speechless because I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know how this deck would play without having seen it in action personally. I did watch some of the Baltimore Regionals.
Okay.
I had it on in the background while I did some stuff over the weekend. I really enjoy just having the regionals on in the background. Like I'm not paying that much attention to it. You know, it's kind of like baseball. Like you like to
Yeah.
listen to it and have it on, but like unless you're at the game, I don't really pay that
Yeah,
much
pay
attention
attention.
until you're at the you know, when the game is on the line, that's when I start paying attention. But so yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see this deck in action, and without seeing it in action or playing it myself, I don't even know how it would work.
Yeah. And what's interesting too is that a lot of these Pokemon use a ton of energy.
I see that.
Like this one takes four, and then the well, you'll have already four for the Tempest Dive. Um, but wait, he takes three, and then I think, but doesn't Blood Moon takes like five, I thought. Yeah, Blood Moon used by this Pokemon costs what? Okay, Blood Moon used by this Pokemon costs uh cardless less energy for each prize card your opponent has taken. Okay,
Okay.
so he's mostly like a finisher. If your opponent has taken four or five, you know, prizes already, this is a great finisher to come in
Yeah.
and do a massive damage for 240, possibly knock it out a Pokemon quick. That's pretty interesting. And then Iron Hands, this one too, like amp you very much if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack. Oh, take one more prize card. Interesting.
Yeah, that is a really powerful attack.
Yeah,
Assuming that you're going up against an EX or a V that already gives you two prizes.
you
That's
get
three
three.
prizes.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Hmm.
I'm also interested to see like he only used 23 trainers. Like he doesn't have a lot of trainers like the other the first place deck had. He just uses four professors research, four bosses orders, two Ionos, one Jack, four Ultra Balls, four capturing aromas, two Nest Balls, and two Mesagoza. And then that actually helps out Lugia Star because you get to discard a stadium and play. Interesting. Yeah, I would like to. I think I would want to go back and check out some highlights on this one just to see how this one is used.
Yeah, you should. The recordings, so they show it live on YouTube as it's happening, but you can go back and watch the recordings.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what I might do. Well, it'd be cool if you can like follow certain people now that we know who the winners are,
Yeah.
and like follow them and how they got to the finals. I think that'd be pretty cool if they can do that. All right, let's go to third place, which is Emmett Hurley. Ooh, he is Roy Moon. Oh, that's a good one too. I love it. I'm a big fan of Roy Moon. If you can't tell, this deck was $100.
Not bad.
I didn't get a chance to see the other one. Did you see one by chance or no?
I forget. Pull it back up.
53.
53 bucks.
Half of that.
That's wild,
And he got
man.
him into second place.
That's awesome.
That's
I love
crazy.
it.
Yeah. Okay, look how much he has.
Real
So we have
quick. This
yeah.
is a memory from childhood.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping you remember because I can't remember. Do you remember when we would go to Compendium Collectibles for our local tournaments?
Yeah.
And every now and then there would be this guy. that was like an adult. So like we're all like 10 to 15 years old.
Yeah.
There was this guy that would show up like totally in his 30s, probably is my guess. And he would come with decks that typically were just like basic and level ones. And it was like the cheapest deck you could think of. But he was a great deck designer. And even though he didn't have any stage two Pokemon or anything that you would expect back in the day with base set jungle fossil, he would kick all of our butts with like
Yeah.
this dirt cheap deck. I can't remember that guy's name for the life
I
of me.
can't remember. I have a picture of him because I think the what's coming to my head is I think he was like playing you, and I think he was using like, was it like Weedle or like Kakuna?
Probably.
I feel like he wasn't using Beedrill. Like he was using like like you said, stage one or stage two, like basic Pokemon. And he would like, yeah, demolish us.
Yeah, it was wild. But that again, like being a deck designer, I'm not a deck designer. I just use decks that somebody else has made and
Yeah.
then learn how to use it well. Actually, I was just listening to the Pokey Beach podcast for this past week, and Justin Basil, that's what he recommends. He's like, if you're newer to the game, use somebody else's deck that you know is a competitive deck that works and learn how to play that well. And that'll help you get your gears turning as to how to actually make the cards interact properly.
Yeah.
Um, it helps you learn how they put that deck together and what works and what doesn't. And then you can start, playing around with designing your own decks if you want to. I'm not
Yeah.
at that point yet.
So that's a good that you say that. And actually, like I know a couple of our friends are talking about, oh, I don't have a deck yet. That because we were talking about going to one of our local
Yeah.
tournaments, and he was like, oh, I don't have a deck. I don't know what I want. I'm like, dude, just pick up the battle decks that are already pre-made because mine is pretty much the pre-made Chim-Pao EX deck that Pokemon made.
Yeah.
And I just took some of the I made some adjustments and then through TCG Live, I was playing it and was like, okay, maybe this doesn't really work well, but let me try this, let me try that. And now like my deck is I feel like it's good, but I don't know how it is in like, the tournaments, but
Yeah.
I feel good about it. Like I've learned how to use it, how to play with it, and I feel confident with it. Um I've done that with the Charizard one I actually built. I built myself. And I had it with Arcanine with in it, but I've turned away from Arcanine and I've put in Armarouge. But now, like I'm loving the Armarouge. But now that Cinderace is out, and I actually used if you guys have seen my channel on chart, I actually played a battle with the new Cinderace out of the new crown shrouded
Stellar.
crown
Stellar. Yeah.
stellar crown the set that just came out. I'm already losing the name of it, but it's been awesome and it's really dominating. So but I like to see how it is in the championship, like not championship, but like in the like tournament level.
Yeah.
And I feel good when I play TCG live, but how is it really in person? But moving on, I feel you though, Oren. If you yeah, like just pick up one of these. I mean, especially the ones that have actually won,
Yeah.
just pick it up and just copy paste.
Yep. Yep.
So we have Rolling Moons, we have Petront. Once through your turn, you may switch one of your benched dark Pokemon, except any Petront AX with your active Pokemon. If you do, the new active Pokemon is now poisoned. You can use it more than one subjugating chains ability each turn. Okay. So there's a chance to poison your Pokemon. And I don't see oh there it is. No. So he doesn't use the one that's common with Roaring Moon is um the bonnet,
Brute Bonnet.
root bonnet. Which then that powers you up to have everybody or to have both be poisoned But then you can add the ancient capsule and that get rid of your poison Pokemon, but it keeps the other one poisoned. So interesting that he would use the Petron. Is that Petron?
I think it's Pesherunt.
Petron. Interesting. He has the other ancient Roaring Moon, of course, Squawkabilly, the Mew X, which is good for the restart. I know a lot of people use it for the restart. Don't really see too many people use it for the genome hacking.
No,
It's
never.
basically it's basically for the restart. Again, Vesindipity, and then Radiant Greninja, and then Iron Bundle. Oh, Iron Bundle, which I saw, I put him recently in one deck. That's the other person I was talking about, Orin. I'm sorry. So, the other Pokemon, Iron Bundle. I added
Yeah.
Iron Bundle with my Chien-Pao. So I
Okay.
haven't really played it yet, but I'm gonna see how it works. I think it's mostly for his ability to
Yeah.
be able to once during your turn, if this Pokemon's on your bench, you may switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. But they choose their own, and then Iron Bundle gets discarded.
Okay.
So and all attached cards.
Okay.
So in a way, if I were to attach energy, I think that'd be good because then I can just I can
Throw it into your
yeah,
discard.
yep, and then energy goes right back. I can use you can use energy retrieval or super
Yeah.
energy retrieval and then
Yeah.
just get energies back. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that would be a good way to get energy into your discard.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah,
Okay. Well,
trying to
that
think
that's
of
the
anything else. But yeah,
that's the top three for our Baltimore regionals.
yeah,
Next regional to come will be the one in Louisville
yeah,
in October. So we look forward to that coming up soon.
yeah. So we like to also just if you liking this content to give a shout out to us and have like our build or like our videos and also to subscribe. Subscribe to our channel, Poké Collab, but also to our respective channels with Black and Pixel and Chard. So that's how we like to do that. Shout out to you guys for all those that are already listening and followers. We thank you so much. But now on to the next segment on how TCG players adding official Japanese cards. So why don't you take that away, Warren?
Yeah, this is exciting, and I'm going to show you why. So first of all, here's the official announcement from TCGplayer. We got an email from them the other day, probably the same day that this was posted 2 days ago, that Japanese Pokemon cards are now available to list. And let me just give you an example of why this matters. Here's how it works right now. Let's say that you want to go buy one of these cards from the English 151 set. Let's say you need Poliwhirl, right? And you
Yeah.
pull up Poliwhirl and you always start out looking at the cards that are the lowest. That's how they usually sort it by
Yeah.
default. But you'll see here at the top of the list Japanese cards.
Whoa.
Because typically Japanese cards are they sell for less than English cards. And not because they're less quality or anything, but typically on TCGplayer, the market that's going on TCGplayer are people that want English. So the problem here is you're looking for English, but sellers have intermingled Japanese cards in with English. And that does a couple of things that are problematic. It messes with the market values on the pricing, and it also messes with sellers' ability to market their products. So pretend I have an English Poliwhirl that I want to sell. And typically we will sell for lower than most sellers just because we want to get things moving.
Yeah.
We're a little less patient than people that will list for higher. But the problem is you're not going to show up until maybe the second or third page because you have all of these Japanese cards that are selling for significantly less than English ahead of you, just because they cost less. So it's artificially messing with the values on TCG Player, and it's also messing with your ability to show up on the front page if you're a seller. And it messes it up for buyers that want to figure out the lowest cost English card. So what's happening now is TCG Player is actually going to be separating out Japanese from English. So that's going to be really good for both parties, but for both sellers and buyers, because it'll be easier for buyers to find English. Here again, here's our Squirtle illustration rare, and look, we're seeing Japanese, 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 Japanese. It doesn't even say Japanese, but this one is Japanese because it has pictures. Oh wait, yeah, it does say Japanese. Hold on. Does this one say Japanese?
I don't think so.
It doesn't
That
say
one does.
Japanese, but it's
That one doesn't say Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah.
So like that's extremely frustrating for buyers and sellers because all of these Squirtles are showing up front page in a different language. So with this update, TCG Player is going to be separating and partitioning off the various languages. So our sales data is going to be much more accurate. It's going to be much easier to find the cards that you're actually looking for in the language that you're looking for. And then as a seller, it's going to be easier to sell because, like, look, for instance, where's our first English? That's Japanese. I think this is an English card, most likely. There's no photos,
Yeah.
but this is probably English. Moderately played, the cheapest is $25.
Wow.
So like it's just difficult right now to differentiate English from Japanese, and it's difficult to find the lowest cost of the language that you want. And you can see how big of a gap there is.
Yeah.
The Japanese sells for $6, whereas a moderately played English was selling for 25. So I'm really excited about this change on TCG Player for everyone involved, and I can't wait to see how this works. I'm very excited, and it's supposed to be coming. So at this point, sellers on the back end, we can set everything up, we can list them, but it's not actually going to be going live until sometime in October.
Got it. By the way, that one picture was horrendous. I don't know how people are
Wait,
actually taking
which
photos of
one?
their the last one you showed me. It was like, oh, it was this bunch of glare. Like there. Like what?
Oh,
The
this
last one.
maybe this one.
Yeah, that. Like like
Yeah,
people
it's
gotta take
terrible.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
I mean, it's
But
still
also
better than no pictures.
yeah, I remember asking you, Warren, if like that is it beneficial? And I think it is to a
It
certain degree.
depends. It
Yeah,
really depends. I mean, when it comes to things like special illustration rares or illustration
yeah,
rares, cards that are $10+ that people, these are the harder cards to get for your collection. These it might be advantageous to
yeah,
list with photos. But for your typical like non-hollows, trainers, even reverse hollows or normal rare hollows that sell for 25 cents or less,
yeah.
it's not necessary to use photos. It's almost hindering you because it takes so much more time.
Yeah, and I was also like thinking like, man, do I need to take a picture? Because some of them I was uploading on my store, which by the way, I do have more inventory,
Oh,
more
nice.
inventory.
Yeah, we need to get you to level 4.
Yeah, please. So if anybody's listening to this, head over to TCG player and look up chart and see what I have on there. I have some good trainers that you could use. But thing I was thinking about um was how like do I want to take photos of like 5 copies of a card? Like I don't think that's necessary. Like I'm not gonna do that. But there are some that I did have photos of my card, so I just put it up.
Yeah,
But it's very that's surprising to me that TCG player did not have those separated already. That makes no sense.
I know. Well, the thing is, TCG Player wasn't designed for people to sell Japanese, but people do it
Right.
anyway. So they're kind of like, I don't want to say breaking the rules because it's not like against the rules, but technically people are selling something that TCG Player isn't designed to sell. So by doing that, they're breaking things. And now
Wow.
TCG Player is basically just having to fix it. So like, yeah, they probably should have thought about that ahead of time,
Yeah.
but now they're, retroactively fixing it. So at least they're doing something about it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because yeah, it's throwing up. I bet you a lot of people off too. Like,
Oh,
wait a minute, I'm not
yeah.
Japanese. Like, I'm not looking for that.
No,
And I
I
wonder
hate
how
it.
many people have been sold or sent by mistakenly thinking they got an English card.
Oh, it
Wow.
definitely happens. Yeah, I've seen reports on Reddit of people getting cards in languages that they didn't expect because it wasn't described properly or who knows what. But yeah, I'm very excited about this change. I think it's for the best, but definitely for the best.
No, for sure. Awesome. Well, thanks, Oren, for that, for covering
Yeah,
that portion of that segment.
yeah, definitely.
Our next up is discussing the first Latin American competition. It's going to be in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So I'm going to pull it up here. Some things that we're going to be seeing.
This is
Um,
exciting. Yeah,
I
Latin America Pokemon has exploded because of the World Championships, and because the winner of that was from Latin America. So, from my understanding, that really created a huge surge, a spike in Pokemon interest in Latin
yeah,
America.
yeah, and that's what's pretty cool. Um, I think with this following, especially hitting, um, it's especially where the places is actually at the Expo Center Norte. I actually looked it up. There's actually it's brand new. This place is like spanking brand new. Like there's a lot of nice things in it. But the problem is the stuff around it. There's really not much, and the transportation I'm hearing is not very great. And a lot of the restaurants that are there are kind of overpriced. So just something that I want to bring up as a topic. But yes, this is going to be awesome, no doubt. It's going to attract thousands of people. But just bear in mind of like where you are. You're not in America. So, well, you're not in the United States. I mean, so you got to be careful where you are because Brazil is, I'm pretty sure they thought it through of where they're going to be. So hopefully the safety is going to be a big, heightened. Um, but also too, just keep in mind of where you are. And though, no, yeah, everybody's going to have fun. Everybody's there to have a good time, I bet. And of course, obviously, but just to keeping that in mind. If you are going, we want you to keep that in mind too.
Yeah, be aware of your surroundings. I even heard of reports from World Championships in Honolulu that so there was a lot of vendors in Honolulu for Worlds, as you'd expect, because people go to buy and sell cards there too, including like slabs and all sorts of stuff. And collectibles are valuable. And I had read some unfortunate stories of people being, held up for their collections because people know that they're worth money. And
Wow.
so yeah, you could potentially, no matter where you are,
Yeah.
just be aware of your surroundings, be observant, be with somebody else, because it's not unheard of for people to rob from you for your card collection.
Yeah. Yeah, good point, Warren. If you got somebody to go with you, don't travel alone. That's probably the
Yeah,
best too. Yeah. What's
safety in
interesting too,
numbers.
safety in numbers, correct, correct. Awesome thing that I want to bring out is the prizes that you can win. It's going to be over more than $500,000 in prizes. Um, of course, that's going
Amazing.
to be through, yeah, Pokemon TCG, Pokemon the video game, Pokemon Go, and also Pokemon Unite. So that's going to be something that's going to be pretty awesome. I think we don't know really. I think the prize info is up there. I'm going to go back to it,
Okay.
but one real brief. The welcome kit I think is pretty cool. You get your own mat. You get your deck sleeves, your deck box, a hat, and a lanyard, and more. So maybe you get some booster packs. I'm assuming, but I think that's just awesome that they give all this awesome gear just to be represent that you're in Latin America, the first Latin American international competition.
Yeah, the Pokemon gear that they give out at these international and world championships is pretty awesome. Like the backpacks that they were giving out at Worlds for anyone that competed.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they were sweet. But like
Wow.
as you would expect, a lot have like popped up on eBay and people are like asking 300 bucks for them. Like,
What?
yeah, I mean they're sweet though. But yeah, like I would never buy one, but to be given one as a competitor, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes back to like how we were talking about collecting. Like people, I'm surprised they're actually selling that. A lot of people that are in it or competed, like they would want that as like a memoir. But like I guess
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing was so yeah, you were given them if you were competing, but I think they were also selling the backpacks that were the same as the ones that competitors were given. I think at like so the Pokemon company had pop-up shops and I think that they were also selling those backpacks. So like people were buying them s- just to resell at a profit,
okay.
scalpers. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Man, is theirs going for 300 on eBay? Do you have an idea how much they were at Hawaii?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, but that would be pretty interesting to see. But the pricing info here, let's see what it is. So in the Masters, $25,000 for first place.
Wow.
Second place is 15, and third to fourth is 10,000.
That's awesome.
If you come in 64th, if you're coming 64th, Oren, you get $1,000.
That's amazing.
2,000, 2,000. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
2,000.
awesome. That's so cool.
That's crazy. This is the TCG. For the video game, you get 15,000 first place. Second place, you get 10,000. Third and fourth, you get 7,000. And then same thing. If you come in 32nd, you get 2,000. And then I haven't really gotten into Pokemon Go, but it's pretty good for $5,000 if coming first.
Yeah, I haven't touched Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think I haven't gotten my hands onto.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know why. I'm afraid to get another thing
Yeah,
that also has microtransactions. I'm already worried about TCG Pocket.
yeah,
Um, it's just one more thing where I have to have self-control.
yeah. That's gonna be yeah. It's a slippery slope, as you said,
Right.
Oren.
Yeah.
Second place 3,000, third place 2,000, fourth place 1,500. And I guess you can tie. Is that what that means? Tie for
I
fifth,
don't know what that means.
tie for seven, tie for nine, tie for 13, tie for 17, tie for 25th, $400.
Yeah, I guess that was what I have no clue, man.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know. I don't feel like they award. I mean, the awards is pretty good, 5,000, but not as much as for like TCG.
Yeah.
I thought they had. Oh, I guess they don't. Oh, but that's probably okay. I was gonna say the Pokemon Unite probably is underneath the video game championship then.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
because I think Unite's considered video game,
Video game, yeah. But
which
yeah,
is
these are the
confusing
ones.
because like when I think video game, I just think of like mainline Pokemon, like Black, White, Sword, Shield, Scarlet, Violet. I don't think of Unite. Like I almost think Unite should be a separate table on this, but
I agree,
yeah.
and I think typically it is. I could be wrong, but
Okay.
I think it is on it's like its own little its own thing.
Okay.
But yeah, here it is. It comes in November 15th to the 17th.
Awesome.
So we'll be definitely keeping you guys updated. And if you are going, as was mentioned in for the Baltimore, we wish that the draws and the rolls are in your favor. I love it, Oren. I love it. All right. Speaking of Pokemon Unite, there has been more Pokemon that have been included in the battles. Celurouge was actually one of the ones that were introduced, and now we get to see Armarouge join the
This
fight.
is Cerulege.
Cerulege.
Cerulege, yeah.
We need like a language class on how to pronounce Pokemon,
I
especially
know.
me. So, Oren, I think the reason why I love those two Pokemon, like Celureg and Armarouge,
Cerulege.
Cer Celureg, Cerulege.
You got it, yeah.
Let me show
Yep.
you guys. It's right here. These two Pokemon, especially Charcadet, he gives me Mega Man vibes. I think that's probably why I like him
Yeah.
so much.
I've never thought about that. You're right.
Yeah. Like I think that's why I like them so much is because I get like look at this. Look at Charcadet. Like he just looks like
Well,
a
look at
fire
look
Mega Man.
look at what you have on your screen share right now.
Yeah.
Armarouge. That's Armarouge, right?
Yep, that's Armarouge.
Look at his blaster. It looks just like Mega Man.
Like Mega Man. Yeah,
I
exactly.
never thought about that.
And as I was preparing this, I'm like, there's got to be one reason why I like him so much. Like, there's got to be, and I think that nostalgic like feeling I get with Mega Man
Yeah.
is with Celuridge. No. So Celuridge, yes, but Armarouge and Charcadet.
Yeah.
So this is great. I was looking at the move list and everything. I think there is one here. I'm gonna get. Hold on 1 minute. I think I'm gonna
Po-
get a better site
Pokemon
here.
Unite is free to play, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
You can pay. Um, I'm gonna get a better site because I like the way it shows um the move list. But yeah, Pokemon Unite is free to play. Um, there is ways that you can pay to what do you call it? Pay to
Advance?
yeah, like there's I forget what I can't think of what it the phrase is.
Well, there's Gacha. Is it a Gacha?
Gotcha. Kinda.
Okay.
Again, I got this ad. Sorry, guys. One's
Man,
really got to help me out with that.
I don't know how you browse the internet, dude.
Dude, it's horrible. So his build is coming up, which meaning his build, what I mean by that is his emblem builds. They haven't really got he literally just came out the 12th, so 6 days ago.
Okay.
On the new update. So I'm assuming right now, and as much as I like Pokemon Unite, I've been so involved with TCG live that I haven't really been able to get to Unite. But I'm assuming there's always like some kind of what's sweet about Pokemon Unite in order to achieve to get the license for the Pokemon that come out, you go through some kind of not kind of like a test, not test, but like tournaments, and you get credits so then you can buy that license. You can obtain the license to get Armarouge.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. I haven't seen what it is, but they did that with Miraidon. They did it with Fairlinks. They did it with Buzzwole. Um and so that's how Pokemon Unite when there's a new update and there's a new character, you then have to fight through certain battles, certain challenges, and then you can receive the license in a way that that they want you. This is pretty much just they want you to play the game more and
Okay.
get involved. I think with looking at his move list, um, it's going to do some serious damage. I mean, I think he's going to be a real powerhouse. I was looking also on the site, I believe on no, not that one. Let me see here. On this one. What's cool on this list, it gives you also who's his weakest and who's he best against. Buzzwole actually was one of the top like heavy hitters in this game.
Okay.
And it seems that now Armarouge is now the top hit, the top big hitter. But he also has a weakness, and Blaziken has been a top-notch fire Pokemon,
Hmm.
and it seems like he's going to still be a weakness for Armarouge. So just
Okay.
giving just a little bit of a background of how Pokemon Unite works, where there is some weakness ones. It's not like it's like the Pokemon game, TCG game, where there's weaknesses and resistances, but there are certain characters that are going to be their moves are stronger than the what Pokemon you choose. So that's
Okay.
one thing to keep an eye on.
So real quick, I have
Mhm.
a question about Unite. I see that it's on Switch, iOS, iPad OS, and Android. If I play on Switch one day and then play it on my Android tablet the next, does my account stay the same? Does everything like transfer from one to the other, or is it a different profile on each? Like, how does that work?
Good question. So they ask you to, if you have a Nintendo account, it's
Yeah.
easy because then your Nintendo account and your Pokemon Go or Pokemon Play,
Yeah.
is it Pokemon Play?
Yeah.
Those are linked together.
Yeah.
So no matter if you sign in with your Nintendo account or your Pokemon Play account, whether your phone, on your iPad, on your tablet, it's all going to be linked. So you
Okay.
don't you do have to update it, so it gives a little bit of time to update. But once you regularly play on both or on three,
Yeah.
and the one thing it's not on is on your laptop. So
Right.
it's only on iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch. So
Okay.
it's all interlinked through Nintendo and also the Pokemon Play.
Okay.
So if you don't have an account, I mean, you can get one. It's free to register,
Yeah.
and you can just link them in. But yeah, good question.
Maybe I
And
should
it keeps
download
up to
this.
date. I mean, it's pretty. Sorry. Go ahead.
Maybe I should download this. Do you
Yeah,
mostly play on your Switch? How do you play it mostly?
mostly on my Switch Lite.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
I'll
would play.
download this tonight.
What's that?
Maybe I'll download this tonight.
Ooh, that'd be good, Oren.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be good. It might
Okay.
be another thing that's gonna be going down, but another hobby
I mean, it's for the show.
for the show. That's right. So I'm actually pretty interested to see how I don't have Celurouge. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so bad with this. Ceruledge. I don't have Ceruledge. So this is gonna make me get them both. I think I want to get them both. So I'm definitely be playing it to get them both, which I have enough credits to buy Ceruledge, but I think it's gonna be pretty unique. It's gonna be pretty sweet.
Cool.
So looking at these moves, you get to see on this website is called unite-db.com. And this will be good for you too, Warren, to see like all like the beginning players
Okay.
that you can see like all the Pokemon that are available to you,
Yep.
and also too like their move lists and as well as their builds. So for instance, if we go to Buzzwole, because he's a beast, there's this thing called builds,
Okay.
and this one tells you their move list. And this is pretty cool because when Pokemon Unite is actually involved in the world competition, like they'll have certain groups that are involved that are like the teams that get involved with the championships. I think one of them is called Luminosity, and they'll put their move lists up here so that you can kind of. It's almost like having their deck list of how they use their Pokemon. You can go
Okay.
ahead and use their list of what they, and it's very helpful in different battles. Um so this is what the build called. You get different items, held items, and as you can see that they do different things, and they help your Pokemon by dealing attacks, and also too there's some that prevent attacks, certain attacks, or the damage is reduced, and then there's some that they increase your attacks, whether it be physical attacks or special attacks. So that's one thing you got to think about. There are, and it tells you which Pokemon is a physical Pokemon. So for instance, Buswell, he's a physical Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then you have your special, which is like Blastoise and Pikachu. Those are then special attack
Yeah.
because they use their special attack.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot to get into, and so just right off the bat, you're gonna be like, "What am I getting into?"
Okay.
So
Man.
yeah, it takes time. A lot, just like to get good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take time, but I'm definitely looking forward to uh this new additions.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. So that is all I wanted to show today. Anything else, Lauren?
Yeah. Just because we're on the topic, we are, this is not a sponsor or anything like that. This is not an advertisement. I just want to show you the ad blocker I use because like I can't believe what people deal with on a regular basis. Like just seeing the
Yeah.
websites that you're sharing on today's show. Um, I I've been browsing the web ad free for like years. So anytime I see the way like people that don't have this ad blocker browse the web, it hurts. Um,
His
so
eyes are burning.
here's the ad blocker I recommend. It's called AdGuard. And frequently on Stack Social, AdGuard is on sale. I recommend getting the family plan because it lets you install it on 5 devices.
Wow.
And so it's a lifetime subscription. You pay once, $19, and you can put it onto 5 devices. And you can even buy this twice. Let's say you have 10 devices in your family. You could buy this twice and get 10 devices. Um, so yeah, check out AdGuard. If you're browsing the web the way that we were showing you tonight, do yourself a favor and go get AdGuard. And it works on Windows, iOS, Android, and does it work on Mac? Yeah, Mac as well.
Yeah.
And it even like let's say you're on Android, so I use my Fitness Pal for tracking calories, and my Fitness Pal is full of ads.
Full.
You don't pay for premium. This gets rid of the ads in my Fitness Pal. Like this software is it works wonders.
Yeah.
So check out AdGuard. I've been using it for years. I have it installed on all my devices. Um, it changes the internet for the better.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
$20, man, under $20 for
Oh yeah.
lifetime.
It's a steal.
That's a
It's a steal.
steal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it right now.
Please,
I
please
have to right now.
do. It's the
Yeah.
best thing ever.
It
Like,
is annoying. It is annoying. It's very annoying.
yeah.
So my apologies for everyone for seeing that. We could have just been using Orange's computer, but
What did you subject us to tonight, Ivan?
a lot of foolery. Well, thank you guys for listening. Today is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. Just want to make that aware of anything that's coming up. Keeping you guys up to date. And two, we want to let you guys know that the first 100 members get their badge. So if you have not yet subscribed, if you're listening to us for the first time, we recommend that you go to Poké Collab, register, and you can get your badge.
And registering for Poké Collab for our community, it's completely free, no cost at all. It's just we're we believe it's the best community for Pokemon. So check us out. We'd love to give you that alpha badge. So come to pokecollab.com and sign up.
Please do. And then we have an exciting announcement. We are in the process of having an app. So if you don't subscribe to us on the internet, you can also go to our app, which is coming soon. So stay tuned.
And
That'll be available. Yep.
it should be available on the Apple App Store as well as the Google Play Store. I need to do a little more research on what it'll take to publish an app on the Apple App Store. I know for sure we'll be able to get it on Google Play, but our goal is to get it on both.
Yeah.
So the Poké Collab app is coming.
Yeah. As well as the merch. The merch site is a little more to come, but my wife is working on that. So, but it will be up soon as well. So stay tuned.
Ooh, awesome. I can't wait. I want to get some merch.
Yeah. All right, Oren, how could their listeners reach out to you?
Yeah, so you can find me, Block and Pixel, youtube.com. Look for Block and Pixel. We sell on eBay and TCGplayer. We have a site, but there's nothing on it. Hopefully, we'll be selling stuff on it eventually. But yeah, check out Block and Pixel. Or uh, most of my time, actually, I've been spending most of my time on Poké Collab, actually. So
Yeah.
just give your love to Poké Collab. That's all I ask.
Yeah. As well as I. You can also reach out to me at youtube.com with chard216. And then if you like to buy any of my cards, please do. Help me get to level 4, please. And that's Chard, CHARRD. All right. Well, thank you for listening, and look out. We'll look out for us on episode 5.
See you soon.